This episode of Total Recall is brought...
Totes Recall?
Nope. Okay.
What are you clapping for?
TerribleOrigami.com, putting the terrible in terrible origami.
Oh, come on. No, don't... Okay, you guys, so what's happening is Terrible Origami is going to discontinue...
Dan's a little salty about it.
Discontinue its sponsorship. It is literally true that Terrible Origami has not sold anything in the nearly 2 years that they've been sponsoring us. I don't feel like that's directly our fault. I feel like we tried.
We definitely tried.
Did we make it clear that it is a real website?
I don't know. I think maybe people don't. It's real.
It's not a joke.
Check
Right.
the archives. There are definitely...
This is a real website that we are advertising for. That
Yeah.
they pay us advertising dollars so we can eat pizza.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So go to terribleorigami.com.
And consider a t-shirt.
Quit
There.
being a coward and go to terribleorigami.com.
There's no promo code, so there's no way for them to know if you came from us. But buy something or else we'll lose our funding and the podcast will probably be over.
Oh my God.
With the OMG in origami.
Yep. Nailed it.
Totes Recall.
Ooh, welcome to Totes Recall, the podcast where we talk about a movie we barely remember, watch that movie, eat pizza and 2 salads.
Oh, nice.
And
One salad of one size and one salad of a slightly larger
God,
size.
salad talk is not better
One
than
pizza of one size and one pizza of a slightly larger size.
When it comes, the salad is not dressed.
Yes.
That's
No.
key.
We have
The
to
salad
run it
is
by
not
each
dressed.
other.
And then we dress the salad.
Yeah.
We have to ask each other first, can we dress the salad?
And then the answer is always, yeah, who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
The salad is dressed, and then we serve it with the short tongs, not the long tongs.
If there is a new listener who is still listening, I am so sorry. I am so sorry.
And then we watch that movie
Yes.
and talk about it.
Yes.
Yep.
This is our 2nd anniversary.
Oh, we did
Hey,
it! 2 years, 2 years of podcast.
Dun, dun,
2
dun,
years of friendship on the internet.
dun.
2 years of movies that we sort of forget.
Always.
My name is Dan,
My name is Molly.
I'm also Dan.
And I'm Beth.
and our movie is Total Recall.
But wait.
For the eagle-eared listener, you might be thinking, you watched that last year. Is your memory so bad that you've either forgotten the movie after a year or forgot you did the movie?
Yes.
Yes, but we're watching the 2012 remake, also called Total Recall,
Yes.
which none of us has seen.
Yes.
So we are going to remember this movie that none of us have seen from our memories.
Yes.
Yes.
We are going to, Beth K. Gibbs style, use the skill of knowing how movies work to try to recall, hypothetically, this movie that we've never seen.
Can't we just recall 1 year ago when we watched the other Total Recall?
Well, I mean, a lot of my predictions are going to come from the old movie.
Absolutely.
Except for, instead of Arnold Schwarzenegger, it will be the guy that was in Minority Report,
Right.
Yeah.
whose name is
Colin
Farrell.
Farrell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I was hoping for Colin Firth.
We all were.
Right.
Because that would be hilarious.
Colin Farrell, previous PK Dick experience, as
Yes.
was just mentioned. There's probably some women in this movie, based on the fact that there were important female characters in the first one.
Indeed.
So it's like an action star.
If from the early teens.
I'm going to say Olivia... No,
Wilde?
Sure.
Wilde.
Yeah, why not?
That's a good guess.
That is a good guess.
Excellent.
But I feel like also I would know. So I'm going to say...
Do you get Olivia Wilde alerts?
just...
Like
I
Google-
feel like I would...
Google
Like,
alerts?
if there was 2 people that I knew that were the stars of this movie, I would have paid enough attention. Because I was intrigued by this movie when it came out.
That is such an indirect burn on whoever else is in this movie.
Yeah. So my bet is that I won't... There'll be a no name as far as I'm concerned.
I'm gonna put my bet on Amanda Peet.
Oh.
Why?
Because she's that actress that I always am like, who is that? All right, that's
Yeah.
Amanda Peet.
Yep.
She deserves more than that.
Sure.
She's a fine actress.
Yeah.
She's in that category for me.
I'm going to say Jessica Biel.
Oh. I'm going to hard bet that is not who is in the movie.
All right, jeez.
Wow.
Don't you feel like you'd know if Jessica Biel was in the movie?
Why?
Because
You get Jessica Biel alert?
you don't.
Not such a dumb thing to think, is it?
No, you're right.
No, go for it. Be bold.
I'm bold. Beal bold.
Be a bold bagging.
There probably is a Hobbit in this movie.
Oh, no question. Did you just write down Hobbit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, it's not the actress that was in Inception, is it? Did this come out around that same time? She's too big
Marie
for that.
Coulier?
Wow.
Couliard?
I thought that was
Marianne.
what's her
Marianne
face who played
Cotillard.
Juno.
They're
Oh,
both
yeah.
Emma...
No,
Ellen.
that's not Emma
I
Stone.
guess I really should know her name.
Ellen Page.
Ellen Page.
Both of those women were in Inception. I don't think either of them are in this movie.
Okay, yeah, I take it back.
And are we, just so on the same page, are we all trying to name the fake wife
Yes.
who was Sharon Stone?
Sharon
or
Stone's
the
character.
rebel? Yeah, I was trying to name Sharon Stone.
Oh, I was
There's
trying to
also
name
a rebel.
Sharon Stone.
I was trying to name
But you're right,
other
there's
one.
the rebel lady.
I was trying to name other one. I think Jessica Biel's the other one.
Oh, okay.
And then I think there's also a recognizable lady playing the Sharon Stone. But I don't know who that is.
Maybe it is Jessica Biel.
It could be. Why
Oh,
not?
hard bet no. It is
Yeah.
Jessica Biel.
What? Wait a minute. You just reverse your Beelbold?
It seems like now it probably is, because I forgot about that character.
Ooh. Bryan Cranston is in this movie.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oof. Who does he play? Is he the bad guy? Is he
Yeah, I think he's the bad guy.
Ironsides?
Oh.
I think he's Ironside's guy.
That's good.
Yeah, right?
But this movie probably sucks, right?
Yeah,
We'll get
for
to it.
sure.
We'll get to it. That's the end of this. Okay, so this movie, is it based on the previous movie or a different telling of the book? We can
Oh.
remember it for you wholesale. Probably the movie because it's
I
got the
think
same
movie.
title, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just hope there's a scene where an administrative assistant is changing the color of her fingernails.
Yes.
Oh.
Callback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be great.
I know for a fact that when the machine that they sit in is looks way more high tech.
The recall machine?
Because I remember that from the preview,
Yeah.
and also every time I type in Totes Recall, it pops up a picture of Colin Firth in this machine.
Farrell.
Farrell.
Oh,
Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
Farrell.
Colin
The
F.
rapper Farrell.
Colin F.
I already want to do fan fiction where
What?
I replace
Oh.
Colin
Farrell.
Farrell with Colin Firth and make this a very romantic comedy.
Do you want his memory to essentially be becoming Mr. Darcy?
Yes.
Like, I'm not going to go to Mars and take place in the rebellion. I want to go back to Jane Austen times.
Right.
And, like, be a dick to a woman, but then I'm nice, and then we fall in love. And
But Ironside still comes in with a semi-automatic weapon and starts blowing people away.
Yeah. I'd watch that movie.
I would definitely watch that movie.
Great.
I think there are... I feel like this is also like Minority Report, where there are a lot of like weird cars that only kind of make sense as cars. You know what I'm talking about? Like they were trying to show like, oh, it's the future, so cars are not cars anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they do other things, like fly or climb up
Like
walls?
something. I just feel like I saw footage of this movie where they were like having a car chase, but they were like weirdo future cars.
I think it's going to be like how, we've talked about this with Minority Report, like how technology, their guess at what future technology looks like.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be very Minority Report looking. Like all of the things are glowing blue lights
I feel the same
and
way.
a lot of glass.
In my brain, this movie is just Minority Report with a slightly different story, but it looks the same. Like
Yeah.
you'd catch, you're walking by the TV,
Yeah.
and there's a clip of this on, you'd be like, oh, is this Minority Report?
Yeah.
And they'd be like, no, idiot, it's 20 whatever's Total
Yeah.
Recall.
Are you going to go Beal bold and say that there's a scene of Colin Farrell using a hand gesture computer in this movie?
Yeah, I'll be bold.
All right.
Handy computer. Here's some hopes that I have for the
Okay.
movie, based on things that were great in the first one.
Yep.
One, pulling a giant thing out of his nose.
Yeah, for sure.
Ew.
Oh yeah.
Um,
We watched this last year, and I forgot most of it.
yeah. That slidey head.
Yeah.
Oh,
Slidey
like different
Explodo head?
pieces? Like
Yeah, something
Yeah.
paying homage to that.
Yeah.
And then I hope that multiple times it is said, get your ass to Mars.
Oh.
If there's not,
Yeah.
like, I'm going to be super disappointed in it. Because that's an iconic line.
I'm
Get
gonna.
your ass to Mars.
It's like, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn,
Yep.
and get your ass to Mars.
Yep,
Yeah.
and then welcome to Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And forget it, Jack.
This is the Chinese town.
This is the Chinese part of town. I'm gonna be real bold and say that this movie does not take place on Mars at all.
What?
Wait, what?
Shut up.
Yes.
Shut your shut. That's so Beal
Shut
bold.
your shut.
What? What?
Where?
In his mind?
I don't know, just future Earth.
Oh, come on.
No, it has to be Mars.
Why?
Because that's the whole point.
Is it?
Yes.
Maybe is it in the book? I don't
Do you
know.
think there's the scene where they go out and the atmosphere blows up their heads?
Oh, yeah. Stress ball head?
Yeah.
I hope there's stress ball head, too.
But maybe this one is like, oh, Earth sucks. What if we explored shitty Earth?
Or like a different
Wait, you
planet
think it's
altogether?
still Earth?
Yeah, I think it just stays on Earth, but it's like, you know, Earth is weird now.
Bummer town.
Because people, like, I think they're going to be like, oh, people live on Mars, wink, wink, but then it's going to stay on Earth.
That sounds like a worse way to do this movie.
I agree.
So I
Maybe
guess I
they
could agree
go
with that.
to Saturn or Jupiter instead.
Those aren't solid
Okay,
planets. Those are gaseous giants.
Yeah, they could go on one of the moons of Saturn.
Somebody knows a lot about space now.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, we should look at it. We're not going to send a man to Saturn. That'd be dumb.
Oh.
Then how
Too
would you-
dangerous.
Call
Well,
back.
Check out the Apollo 13 episode.
I don't know, because is Mars in the story? Like the original story
Wow.
by P.K. Dick?
I haven't read it.
I haven't either.
But it seems like it should be. It's like
Why?
Because it's like I don't know. It's a real planet.
Sure, but isn't the whole premise of the story just the recall part? Like the memory machine?
No, there's the whole plot of like the aliens, water
Is
rights.
there, though?
In the
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the story.
Oh, I don't know.
Because
That's
I'm
what
wondering,
the story.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm wondering if this one was sort of like well, now we're going to be more,
Oh, maybe it'll be more
faithful
about
to the short story.
Then
or,
why would they name it after the short story?
I don't know.
Well, they probably wouldn't name it the short story because they want to make money, right?
Hollywood machine.
You know? But I am curious then if they're going to delve more into the ancient people that lived under the pyramid previously, because it was mentioned in the movie in a way that felt like, we'll mention it, but it won't make any damn sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just
That would
Pay
be something
attention
to
to the- yeah.
explore.
that actually makes a lot
I would
of
be
sense.
happy to see that.
That feels like something that they would do, Hollywood.
oh, and then do you think they were like, this is Minority Report meets Indiana Jones
Maybe.
on Mars?
I was thinking like, what's that movie where they go
Pride and
to
Prejudice.
they go to no.
Jurassic Park.
2001. Mars Needs Moms.
Yep. I don't even remember what movie I'm trying to describe.
Okay.
What even happens in it?
Someone
I can
goes
picture
somewhere
it.
though.
I can picture there's like a part where they go into the earth. And
Journey to
there's
the center of the
aliens
earth.
living in it.
Oh, is that the Abyss?
Oh no, the one with the guy who played not Lenny but the other one in Of Mice and Men, and also Lieutenant Dan.
Gary Sinise?
Yeah.
Not Lenny, but
Are you talking about... are you talking? It's on Mars? Talking about Mars?
It's on Mars. If it's the movie I'm thinking of.
Yeah, and I know what movie you're thinking of. I don't remember what it's called.
Yes.
And maybe Don Cheadle's in it too. And they take off their helmets and there's like a whole like diorama and the aliens talk to them.
Is that aliens?
No.
Who's talking to them? Is it robots? Maybe it's future humans.
Look who's talking too.
Oh, yeah. That one
Alien.
takes place on Mars.
Anyway, is it like this movie we can't think of? Hey, if you know this movie, tweet at us at Totes Recall Pod.
Nobody knows this movie.
Hashtag what would that Gary Sinise Mars movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely a Gary Sinise Mars movie.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know if it's the movie Beth's talking about.
Yes, there is.
And it sucked.
The one I'm talking about is. Wait for it. I have it in my head.
Okay.
It's actually Earth. It's not a planet. The kids are making a film about aliens, and then the
Super
aliens.
8?
Yes, Super 8.
Ha!
They're living like it's like living in a cave.
Yeah, one alien is
and
hiding in a cave.
I feel like that, to me, there's going to be a cave shot.
You took us on that entire tangent to say there'll be a cave shot in this movie?
Just some shot of a cave. Someone will go into a cave.
So, no, I think
Will there be a lady in the cave that teaches kung fu?
Specifically, yes.
Oh.
When they're talking about the ancient aliens,
okay.
at some point, they'll show the ancient aliens in a cave.
Okay.
Wow,
Whoa.
that was a long way to go.
That was super long.
And then the aliens will remind a child of the relationship with their dead mother?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Although, can I get any props at all for guessing Super 8 after all that?
Yeah.
No,
Come on.
good. Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
way to go.
Thank you.
High five. High five. Both real. Also real.
Super 8. Not on Mars at all.
Not under Mars at all. Or in the future. Actually, in the past.
Yeah. That's all right. Three-breasted hooker.
For sure.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Do you think she's a
I
hooker?
still-
I don't think
Oh.
she's a hooker in this
I
movie.
still find that language problematic.
I think she's a waitress.
Prostitute?
Prostitute is better.
Okay. I'm saying she plays rugby.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And then is a waitress during the day.
Yeah.
Yes.
To fund her rugby.
I think she works at like a topless bar.
Ooh, a
Aha.
Hooters.
Okay.
Yes.
In
Well,
space.
Hooters is not topless.
Oh. I've never been.
Well, maybe Space Hooters is topless.
Sure.
Like in the future.
Future heater. Future footers.
Futures.
Future herders. Okay. I'm guessing prostitute.
Okay.
Beth, you're gonna guess topless waitress?
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna
They're
rein
gonna
it
update
back in the 20th century. What year is it? 21st
What year is it in the movie or what year is it now?
No.
Or maybe
When it was
just
made. 21st century.
unique halter top.
So you think no exposed?
I don't know.
But
I think
still three
For
breasts.
sure there are three. No, I think she's exposed,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
for sure there are three.
Yeah.
Because if they remade that movie, there would be and they didn't do that, there'd be a bunch of nerds on the internet complaining about it
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah.
Well, and also, like, as
to
stupid
this
as...
day.
Yeah.
Like today.
I mean, as stupid as it is, like, wouldn't you also, like, when you first heard they were remaking this movie, isn't that maybe one of the first questions that pops in your head?
That was
Like,
not the first question.
one of, I said.
It was not.
All right.
Yes. As a dude, yes.
And knowing how movies like this work.
And and movies like this are catered to audiences.
Yeah.
The audience they're seeking with a Total Recall remake.
Yeah.
Wants a three-breasted
Lady
woman.
of the Night.
I don't think they care her profession.
That's true. That's probably true. She could be a high-powered lawyer for all they care. Space lawyer.
Space lawyer.
Hey, get off that asteroid. You don't own it.
Like property lawyer?
Whatever.
Come on.
There's a lot of property
Used to be
in
a
space.
litigator.
There is a lot of property in space.
At least, do you think property lawyers don't do an important job?
Okay, that's fine.
Sorry.
It's just one of the key tenets of the Declaration of Independence until we rewrote it.
We did rewrite it because it was John Locke.
History lesson.
Yep.
Boom.
Right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of property.
Mm.
Not happiness, but we changed it to happiness.
Which is probably good because at the time property meant a lot of people.
Yeah, so that was pretty bad. So, way to work around that. Who likes movies?
I do.
I like some of them.
Okay, Bryan Cranston
Yeah.
is our Ironsides. I'm on board.
Yeah.
We've named.
That sounds like great casting, but
I-
also
I don't know if he actually. I'm gonna say it's actually a more boring choice, and he's not our Ironside. He's the other guy, Ironside's boss. Like he's just the guy who's like behind the desk being a
The
jerk.
like president,
Yeah.
but not the president. He's like the
Yeah.
head of the mining.
Head of whatever.
he's just like barely in the movie.
Yeah, because that's usually like I feel like most of the movies where they cast Bryan Cranston right after Breaking Bad, it was like, oh, cool, Cranston's in this, and then he's in it for like 20 minutes.
He's like, I gotta go think about LBJ some more.
Yeah,
all the way.
I still gotta watch that.
HBO. I haven't seen it.
I haven't either.
Okay, who do we think is, and someone we know is Quato? Is Quato still in this movie?
Ooh, great question.
Yes.
Which one is that?
The tummy Muppet.
Oh!
Yep. There's got to be a Quato. Is
Right?
it going to look? It's going to be CGI.
For sure.
Yes.
I'm going to go CGI Quato.
I'm going to go pug.
Like a.
You
Like
think
a
it's? Oh, they're just going to have a dog pug?
Maybe.
so you're
Like
thinking
the
of Men
one
in
from
Black?
Men in Black.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
What if it's the same character?
That'd
Like
be
it's like
great.
a throwback, like a little homage to that.
Yeah.
Like same
Crossover.
guy. Yeah.
like they're doing with 21 Jump Street, right?
Yes.
That's what I've heard. They're
What?
crossing over 21 Drum Street.
Drum
what?
Street.
Drum Street franchise with Men in Black franchise.
Right.
What?
Which is hilarious, and I'm completely supportive.
Yeah, that kind of
Wow.
sounds fun.
But the people that you want to be back are probably not.
Yes.
Unless it's Channing Tatum. And then
Which it kind of is.
It is?
Just
Yeah.
he's hilarious.
Oh, he's awesome.
sidebar about Channing Tatum. He's opening a live show of
What?
Magic Mike in Vegas.
Okay. Like himself,
Really?
or he's producing it?
He's definitely producing it, and I think he's also in it.
Wow.
He's at least choreographing it, right?
Yeah.
With his lady friend that also dances, right?
He's the best.
I'm picking this all up from like third-hand internet searches.
Yeah, well.
Like I think he's married to a dancer, and they
Yes.
both can dance.
Yes,
I
they
think
met
so.
on the
So
movie.
you think you can dance?
The first one?
One
Up.
of, no, he wasn't in the. Was he?
Street
Stepping.
dance.
Step Up is what I'm thinking.
Stepping
Oh,
Up.
he was in Stepping Up 1.
Oh.
The
Yes.
first one.
And she was
Is that
also
where they
in-
met?
That was my understanding.
Adorable.
That's not sweet, but
Yeah.
you know what? Who knows? But I think he's got a kid,
I don't know.
right? Does that seem correct?
If you know
Probably.
the state of Channing Tatum's personal life, tweet at us.
Or if you are Channing Tatum,
Oh, even better,
we'd
tweet at
love
us.
for you to tweet at us.
We would love that, Channing, if you're listening.
Yeah.
Mr. Tatum. We would love for you to contribute to our Twitter feed.
At Totes Recall Pod. I will give you a retweet.
Nice. Wow.
You're welcome.
Signal boost for Che Tates. Hashtag what with that Che Tates fam, or hashtag I am Channing Tatum.
or hashtag Google it.
Okay.
I didn't mean to be rude.
Wait, is that Channing Tatum doing that? Because that'd be hilarious. if he sends us hashtag Google it,
Yeah.
that'd be amazing. I would retweet
I'm
that.
on with that.
I would even retweet
I'll
that.
retweet. I'll quote retweet it and go, nice job.
Nice.
And then a
a
thumbs
thumbs
up
up?
emoji. Yeah.
Yeah. We know
Ben-
how social media works.
I'll double down on that. We know how social media works. Okay.
If I remember from last year when we watched this movie, we were surprised at how brutal the action was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hyper violent.
Did
Yeah,
you
that
go
guy-
back and listen or something? How
No.
do you remember this?
It was a year ago.
It was like that guy falling down the stairs.
Oh yeah.
There was a dog that goes through an X-ray machine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was
That's
cool.
the part I remember.
I bet that the graphics look a lot better.
Do you think the violence will be
The
as
skeleton graphics?
surprising?
All of the graphics.
Sure.
But especially the skeleton
Yeah.
graphics.
I don't know. Maybe we're now numb to that level of violence, or maybe it will be more violent.
I don't know. I feel like this is going to try to be more of that like sweet spot of marketability. So I feel like they would walk back on the violence. A little
Yeah.
bit. You know what I mean? Because like Paul, what's his name, Verhoeven.
Paul Verhoeven.
He is like very much like, I don't give a shit. Heads are going to blow up and it's going to be great. And you can give it whatever rating you want. Whereas I feel like whoever directed and bankrolled this movie might be like, we need people to be able to see this with all their teenage friends.
Yeah.
So there might
do we
be
know who directed it?
no idea.
I'm gonna guess Christopher Columbus.
Sure.
the
Yeah.
the famous explorer.
Yes.
No. He directed
Harry Potter, the first Harry Potter.
and other stuff.
And the second one?
Maybe.
I think he directed the first two, and then another guy took over for the third one.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they were like, snooze alert.
Get
Yeah.
darker, director. Mm-hmm. And they did.
Well, but the books got darker too.
Sure.
I mean, Harry Potter went through a real state. That guy was a pill. Anyway,
Anyway, I'll double Dan on the violence not being as surprisingly violent.
I will triple Dan.
What?
just to keep things interesting, I'll say more violent.
Wow. That's a...
I always lose the bet, so I figure I might as well keep
Keep
it
it spicy.
spicy.
I mean,
Yep.
go all in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel
Yeah,
bold.
Be bold. I hope Jessica Biel's in this movie now. Also, I don't know if I know who Jessica Biel is.
Okay, you'll recognize her if you...
I know the name.
Sure.
You don't know who Jessica Biel is?
I cannot picture her face or name any movie she's in.
Wow.
I guess that's kind of I don't know who she is.
Do we have...
I don't
know
know that
she's
I can
an
name the
actress.
movie that she's in.
Oh, she's in
No, she's
Stealth?
an actor. I have not seen that.
She
I have not either.
was in
That's hilarious.
Seventh Heaven, the TV show.
Did not watch it.
Whoa. It was so good.
Also, she's married to
Justin Timberlake.
Okay.
Are they
I
still
don't like to
together?
define
Yes.
women by who.
Thank you.
Justin
Thank
Timberlake
you.
is married to Jessica Biel, more like.
Yeah.
Jessica Biel's husband, Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know who he is.
Good.
And I've
You know-
seen
Patriarchy.
Do you know any movies he's been in?
The Social Network.
Mm-hmm.
Some sketches on SNL.
Sure. Probably string them together. It's about the runtime of a feature at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in that one with Olivia Wilde where they're counting down
Tron.
time.
No.
No.
2.0. Tron 2.0.
Time something.
Keepers.
No.
Time.
Johnny Time.
Out of time.
Out of time?
Right?
That sounds right.
Sure.
No, wait. Oh, Out of Sight.
No,
Out of
that's
mind.
George Clooney.
Yes, thank you. That's what I was thinking.
What? So Molly's bet Justin Timberlake is married to Amal, whatever her name was, until she
no.
married. Did she take his name? Great question. Tweet at us.
I hope not.
Me too.
I really just feel like we should just get a People magazine.
Okay, I'm listening.
People Magazine, if you want to sponsor our
Oh,
show,
yeah.
we're looking for a sponsor.
Absolutely.
You'll get more than probably is the standard length of an ad.
For sure.
Yeah.
For like the cost of a couple pizzas?
Yeah. Good deal, People Magazine.
Great deal.
Tweet at us at Totes Recall Pod.
Yep.
Hashtag, what would Dad sponsor Hole?
Sponsor what?
Hole, because there's a hole.
There's a
in our
hole in our...
sponsor.
I got it. Okay.
Got it.
Do we want to take any Beelbold bets on who is playing the Sharon Stone character?
Oh, I thought we sort of did.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess
Mine was,
thought...
I don't know.
Okay.
That was Olivia Wilde.
Okay.
Molly's was Amanda Peet. You
I just didn't.
You
I
did
apologize.
So why don't you do Sharon Stone and we'll do Rebel Leader.
Because I already did Rebel Leader.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beelbold. Okay. I'm going to say it's...
You've had a long time to think about
But not really, because I just thought about it, which is why I'm bringing it up 20 minutes after we were talking about it.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm going to go with, or anyone know it. Rebel Leader is Emma Stone.
Okay.
It's really good.
She's in movies around this time.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to think of, like, who was in movies around this time that we still aren't even sure what time it was.
Who's that? Mila.
Oh, I was just thinking of her.
whatever. No.
Jovovich?
that one.
Oh, I was thinking
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh,
other
but maybe
Mila.
it is Mila Kunis.
Yeah. That's what I thought I was
Ooh,
thinking.
Mila.
Somebody
Mila
Mila.
something? Mila
Yeah,
K?
One of the Milas?
Mila K.
If the
Or
actress
Jay.
is named Mila, I feel like I get a point.
Yeah,
Sure.
Okay.
me too. Okay, Dan.
Was she the lady from zombie video
We're
game?
having a real
I
hard
think so,
time.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then she's also in like Avon Flux, maybe?
Aeon Flux? No, that
Oh,
was
Charlize.
Charlize Theron.
It was?
Also, that is apparently one of the worst movies of all time.
Oh, maybe it's
She was
Charlize
in The
Theron.
Fifth Element.
Yes?
Yes.
What?
No?
Mila Jovovich?
K? Yeah.
Yeah. No, Jay. Mila J was in Fifth Element. Mila K
Multiverse?
was
I had
in
no idea.
other movies.
Wow. A lot of Milas.
Yeah.
That's great.
She pretended to date Justin Timberlake in a
What?
movie.
Oh,
Mila
in a
Kunis.
movie.
Yeah.
I thought they didn't date. That was the whole thing.
Oh, is that what it was? Friends with Benefits.
No strings attached?
No strings. One of them was. Ooh.
Oh, because the other one was Ashton Kutcher
Yeah, A. Kutch,
and...
Natty Ports.
Natty Ports.
Oh, it was
but
very
isn't
bad.
Ashton Kutcher married to Mila Kunis?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
And one of those
People
was
Magazine.
one of those I heard was surprisingly good.
Really?
I think it was the Justin T one
Sure.
and Mila Kunis.
I would buy that. I would find that pairing more appealing, even a subpar movie.
I remember hearing on
Yeah.
some podcasts being like, the writing is great in this movie.
Oh.
And being like, all right, comedian who has a podcast.
Sure.
Anyway, that's not this movie.
Yeah. I'm going to say Sharon Stone character is... Oh, boy.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
I'm trying to
You've
be
had
thoughtful
all this
about
time.
this.
Amanda Pete's sake.
Oh.
Do you think it's just Sharon Stone?
Oh, that'd be amazing. I'm going to go with
I think she could do it.
Scarlett Johansson.
Jessica Chastain.
Oh, okay.
Why not?
Ooh,
2 Jessica bets out of you.
Oh, yeah.
cool.
That'd be fun, though, right?
Yeah.
Do they ever do that? Cast people with the same first name?
Sure.
Definitely not.
Name a movie. Name a movie.
Tweet at us. Hashtag.
What would that same name?
Yep.
John Malkovich is in a movie with...
John Cusack.
I didn't even finish the sentence.
Yep.
Is it spelled the same?
Yes.
Yeah.
Joan.
Jones.
H-N. Joan. Oh, I get it.
It was a joke.
Oh,
We're
piece that
gonna.
joke.
Okay.
Sorry.
Is it gonna pass the Bechdel test?
Great question. No.
No. I think no.
I don't think even 20 years in the future.
I think it'll
Movie
do
making-wise,
the
we'll do
same, which I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
But I bet it was there are two named female characters that don't talk to each other.
Oh,
Other
wait,
than
did
me.
it? Because remember she called her a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that
Did she
counted.
respond?
No,
That was the
that's
argument
what
we
it
had. We
was.
weren't
I think
sure.
she didn't
So
respond.
maybe there is a response, like, it's like,
No,
you're a
you.
bitch. No, you are.
And
That's
then we
kinda-
can.
Progress. Let's see if we make progress this time, where if in the remake they call each other bitches verbally.
I think that's often our bet on action movies, like the bare level pass, two women call each other bitches.
Yeah.
Which is maybe, that could be the absolute worst way for the Bechdel Walls test to get passed.
Yeah.
Yes, it definitely is.
Which is why I bring it up.
I'm going to say yes, it will pass.
Oh.
What? Contrarian.
Be evolved.
Another thing I remember about the movie last time is that we were very charmed by Ironside's sidekick
Oh, yeah.
with the chunky glasses
Yes.
and flat top.
Yep.
Will there be a charming sidekick in
Yes,
this one?
Justin
Yeah.
Timberlake.
Oh.
I'm going to say,
John C. Reilly.
I'm going to say the guy, what's his name?
John.
No, the guy who played Dwight on The Office.
Oh, Rainn Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll just be in the background a bunch and maybe
It's
shoot a
just
gun.
Dwight?
He'll just shoot a gun a couple of times.
I can picture Dwight from The Office being.
Ooh, no, I'm changing my answer. Cal Penn.
Oh.
Oh.
He randomly plays sidekicks all the time.
Cool.
Great.
How do we think we're going to feel about this movie?
Ooh, real bad.
Is that the rating system? Just good,
How
like,
many real bads are you going to give it?
Dan, one real bad?
Yeah. Can I change the unit of measurement
Yeah,
to
of
course.
a VHS copy of the original?
They're like equal, equivalent, right?
And you're just going with one?
Yes. I think this is going to be not dumb enough for me to like be amused by it and like trying too hard to be a cool tentpole movie and just be boring.
Probably right. Beth?
I'm going to give it two VHS, real bad VHSs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we should say that it's poor quality VHS.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the staticky.
They're
and
like the ones that like your dad would record off of the TV.
right.
Yeah.
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 So there's like commercials for like
Yeah. And then little
don't
bits
know.
of like things that have previously been recorded
yeah,
on
yeah, and like a preview of the night's news after the film, after
Yeah.
the movie.
there.
Like a weather alert at
Yeah.
the bottom.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be entertaining. There will be action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think maybe at one point I'll be like, "That's a cool graphic." But then everything else will be terrible, including the acting.
Whoa.
Bryan Cranston.
Oh, never mind. Take it back. 5 stars.
What? That's all it takes.
He just needs to be. Although, what movie he was in? Godzilla. That was not good.
Godzilla
either.
2000?
Oh, so bad. No, that was Matthew Broderick.
Yeah. That was real bad, too.
That was also very
Beal
bad.
Bold, that movie was not that bad.
Godzilla
What?
2000?
The new Godzilla with Bryan Cranston.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I'm crossing my arms. I thought it was bad.
Oh.
I think this is going to be entertaining in how crappy it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree it's not going to be like so crappy that it's going to be really good. But I think I'm still going to have a good time. I'm going to give it 3 real bad VHS copies of the original movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to look cool because you can throw money at movies and make them look cool.
Right.
And like that's all you need to do essentially is throw money at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To hire incredibly talented people. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And like that'll be enough for me. that'll be just enough.
The fact that someone in some rendering studio tried while no one else did on the movie will be enough for you.
Yeah, they made like a Philip K. Dick movie.
Yeah.
And it looks cool.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Okay.
That's awesome. I'm going to go 2 VHS tapes, bad VHS tapes, in part because I want the option to lower my score.
Sure.
But I think my biggest hurdle is actually going to be Colin Farrell. I have an irrational dislike of him as an actor based on a dim recollection of him being a bad boy in Hollywood that I question to this very moment what that might have been based on or why I would have a stake in it.
Like Colin Farrell, the man.
The man, the person,
Yeah.
apparently behaved badly at some point, and that stuck in my head.
Sure.
I just, as I'm saying this out loud, I just feel worse. You know what? 4 stars.
What?
I'm sure it's going to be great. And who am I to judge?
Don't guilt yourself into
not
helping
guilting
Colin
myself.
Farrell's career.
Well, no.
Do you
I
think you don't like him because of how you feel about the Irish?
Oh. Wow.
No, that is like one of the most charming attributes a person can have.
That's
is
true.
being
I agree
Irish.
with that. I'll double down on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's just something about his. It might be his actual acting style. I don't know. But I'm just all the celebrity talk. I'm just starting to wonder about
We spent a lot
why
of
I
time
would.
on us.
Why would I have an opinion about any of these people?
Sure.
But I will tell you, if Channing Tatum or Colin Firth were in this movie, 5 stars.
Just
Immediately.
no matter what.
Throughout. And actual stars.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
Like if this was a movie with Colin Firth and a bunch of other charming English actors that told some just really nice love stories that
Yes.
all sort of wove together, but not really. You would give
No,
it 5 stars?
shut up.
where love actually happened.
Okay, you're right. It was terrible. It was a horrible movie. I hope I gave it 1 star. All right, I'm going to stick with 2 stars then.
2 VHS tapes.
2 VHS tapes.
Great.
Okay.
And with that, we're going to press pause, go watch Total Recall whatever year, and we'll be right back. And we're back. We just watched 1 hour and we think 58 minutes.
I think so. You know.
Yeah.
Whatever it was too long.
It was so long.
It's about
25.
Space years. And
I was going to say minutes too long.
sorry.
but anyway, we just watched Total Recall, the remake, which was made in
2012.
2012.
2012.
Yes.
And we were right about some things and wrong about other things. Good night.
Wow.
Yep, that's.
That
I
pretty
guess
much
that's the
sums it
podcast.
up.
All right. Well,
We sort of
happy
liked
anniversary.
They remade this movie
They
and
remade this
managed to take out everything that was fun about the first movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally everything.
It was
Weird.
essentially the same movie. Like, you could obviously see why it was a total
Recall the movie.
the movie
Yeah.
remake.
Yeah.
But all the, like, highlights of the movie, they changed in a way that was still parallel, but the less fun version of it.
Yeah.
And, like, not even, like, less fun, but still cool in a different way. Just, like,
Boring.
bland.
Yeah. Yeah. It almost made it worse that they called back to those elements at all.
Yeah, I
You
would
know?
have rather just had them be like, okay, we're starting over from
Yeah.
the book or whatever, or we're just using it as inspiration and making it an own movie. But it was like, hey, remember this part? We're doing it, but not as in a good way.
Yeah. And sometimes they even teased you into thinking they were doing it in the fun way. And we're just like, but no, never mind. Psych, haha.
Yeah, like they had a lot of them were the moments I really hoped they had.
Yeah.
Like the sliding head that Arnold wears as
Yep.
a disguise,
Yep.
and then it bugs out, and then it becomes an explosive.
Yeah.
There's like a lady who kind of looks like that lady,
Right.
and it's like, oh, this scene is going to
You're
happen.
like, yes, it's
You're like,
happening.
oh, there's a kind of like sweater wearing dumpy lady,
With red hair and
but she was just a normal lady, and then
Yeah.
he had some future thing that
hologram head.
not a hologram head, but it like
It did
wasn't
not explode.
didn't explode. It just sort of didn't work, and then he punched some dudes and stole a gun.
Yeah. Like it was so boring. It just flickered and then it was Colin Farrell's head instead of like crazy, face contortions and then coming apart all weird.
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
have a nice day, and then like a quip or whatever,
Right.
right? And then a boom.
Well, and like even the triple-breasted woman of the night.
Yes.
Even she, in a very like uninspired line reading, was like, "You're gonna wish you had 3 hands."
Yeah.
As she is trying to proposition herself for the evening, which was a line said very enthusiastically by the cab guy or whatever,
Yeah,
the dude who drove him around in the original movie, because he was actually excited about the three-breasted woman.
Yeah.
Whereas even the three-breasted woman is not that excited about herself.
And he gets hashtag 3 for free. If I'm remembering right. That felt really just like, oh, we have to put this in.
Yeah.
Put her in. Okay.
Here you go.
Done.
Wink.
Like, take some. If you're gonna put a 3-breasted prostitute in a movie,
Have some fun with it.
have some fun with it.
Yeah.
Beth was just shocked silence.
Yeah, I just like so the movie itself was just so boring. Like,
Yeah.
most of the movie, even like the action parts, it was like the only reason that you knew it was action was because the music was like dun, 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 dun. But like,
And then he would jump over something.
yeah.
Yeah.
But most of it is just him like on transportation. He's
Yes.
like just he's like on a car, then he's in an elevator, then he's running.
Yeah.
There
Or
were
walking even, because there's no rush in this. He has 15 minutes to leisurely end the movie.
Right.
I thought some of the fight sequences were cool. I liked the shoot up in Recall. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, there were some fun
His
elements
first
to it.
action
I
sequence.
honestly, I feel like I feel when I know somebody in a band and I think they're really talented, but I'm not familiar with the rest of the band and they don't seem as into it, and they're up like fourth.
Okay.
And so you have to get through a bunch of really bad bands to get to the one part of the good band that you want to watch.
Yeah.
I felt that way about this whole movie.
Who was the friend of yours in the movie then?
In the movie, like, there were some really clever moments with the technology and with the special effects.
Yeah.
There's the moment where he propels himself in the opposite direction during weightlessness using a gun, which I just described it in a really boring way, but it's cool.
Well, and it was like clever that someone in the process of producing the movie like actually acknowledged that is how it would work.
Yeah.
Like they acknowledged how propulsion works
Yes.
in zero gravity. Whereas like in a lot of movies, I feel like they would just like float dramatically and keep shooting their gun and keep going in whatever direction they jumped towards.
But for every force, there is an equal and opposite force.
Indeed.
Thanks, Newton. I think that's his second law.
Sure. Let's go with that.
Tweet at us. Hashtag which damn Newton law.
Which damn Newton law?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
Which damn newts?
Because one is inertia,
Sure.
one is equal to opposite force, and then there's the third one that I don't remember.
All those seem like they'd be really helpful for space travel.
Yeah, physics is great and really fun.
It's fascinating. Look it up. Read a book.
Oh, speaking of space travel,
There isn't any.
disappointment number one.
Yeah.
Oh, and I will say this. My friend in the band did a really good job with the graphics at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Making
your
the
friend in the band
reference.
is special effects?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
that
that's-
and like the
you're
opening
right.
like exposition graphics, like they
Very
looked pretty
cool.
cool.
And they helped you understand immediately that, okay, so...
Physically improbable.
Well, physically
system
improbable,
in
the problem,
place.
yes, that the most scarce resource in the world because of chemicals,
I guess.
yes, is livable space,
Yeah.
and it comes down to Great Britain and the colony, which is Australia.
Yeah.
And they're on opposite sides of the globe, and there's an elevator that runs between them.
Here's a question for you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound so bored.
No, that
it is boring.
that is how boring this. Even though like that is an insane sci-fi premise, that is how boring it was presented in the
Yeah,
movie.
because it's like we go from Mars, which is like the most boring other planet you can have.
Right, just
but
a big
still
desert.
like another planet. To we'll go through the center of the Earth. It feels like a step down.
Right.
Right?
I don't understand it. They took every single thing that was fun about the first movie and then took it out. Like
neutered it.
even like Arnold Schwarzenegger's delivery of lines is amazing, and Colin Farrell is like, I'm just gonna say him like this.
Yeah, he
Like,
wasn't
no,
even
distinct
like
accent. Like it's not
could've-
fun at all.
he could have been a goofball Irishman.
Yeah, I don't know
Right.
why they had him not just be Irish.
Yeah, and that would have been fine. He's more charming when he's like
Agreed.
he can be a very charming actor.
He can.
And he was bland as hell in this.
My favorite part was the number of times Dan Chiquette said, "Who's that
No,
guy?"
yeah, the moment of this,
One time.
the thing that spoke,
That was enough time.
yeah, that moment to me spoke volumes about the quality of this movie. Where like we were getting to the climactic end battle, where our protagonist is like determinedly walking towards a helicopter that will take him to save his girlfriend or whatever from the evil people, and Dan Chiquette goes, "Who is that?"
He was wearing a face mask.
Right.
I couldn't tell.
Right. Well, then, but that tells you how blandly the movie was made. Like, he was wearing a face mask, and it was, like, incredibly dull lighting, and the coloring was really dull. Like, it was dull enough where you actually weren't sure if the one person on screen was the protagonist of the movie. And I don't blame you for it, because the movie was just, it's so, bland is the word I would use.
Yeah, very disappointing.
God.
But we were right that Colin Farrell is in this movie, as we said.
I was so sad I got in a late bet that his accent would be indeterminate and change throughout. Right?
Yes.
Did it? I wasn't really paying attention.
I feel like he held pretty close to one.
Yeah.
For the most part.
But then there'd be an action scene and he would just...
Lose it a little.
Yeah, and I didn't mind it. I just wouldn't have minded if he just...
Went for it.
Yeah, got to embrace one thing or another. But I think... This movie was actually like 15 different references to other movies, so it's not surprising that he wasn't allowed to just pick something. You know?
Why not have him be Irish?
Right.
One part takes place in Great Britain,
Yeah.
and it's also the future, and like everybody lives in these two places,
Right. And if anyone in that part of the world is going to get forcefully moved to the shittier part of the world, it's going to be the Irish, right?
Do you feel like I feel like they took this movie, or like they took the old Total Recall and somebody watched it and they were like, "Well, that's just silly." Do you know what I mean? And they're like, "This movie could be great. I'm just going to do this stuff," and they took it way too seriously.
Yeah,
maybe.
for sure. This
And it
is
just
like
killed it.
this is like a gritty reboot.
But
Yes.
it's not even gritty. It's just like
No, but I think that's how it was sold. Like, remember
Yeah.
Total Recall?
Yeah.
Awesome, right? What if we do like a gritty, updated version of
Yeah.
it? We'll get Len Wiseman, director of the Underworld movies. Who's the director for this?
yes.
Not Christopher Columbus, the explorer.
I guess I just always like to imagine that the poor screenwriters just got overwritten. Because
Right.
I feel like there were certain moments in this where like, oh, a lot of love and care was put in. And I just feel like somebody was like, no, you gotta add the dog. And they sort of did add the dog, but it was just a dog.
Do you
There was a dog at one
There
point.
was a dog.
It
Wasn't
barked
an X-ray
and
machine,
then
which was the fun of the first movie.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I don't know if that dog was a callback to the other dog.
I think it was.
you think so?
It's
That
a
was
German
just like
Shepherd.
remember there was a dog. That's you think that's what it was.
Well, they did that one scene. Well, okay, in this new one, instead of like actual like police officers, they're like robots.
Yeah, there's some actual police officers though.
Yeah,
which
it's
is
confusing. I also don't understand if you are trying to like if the problem with Earth is like overpopulation, why you would be making more humanoid things to like fill up the space.
Right.
I
Yeah,
mean,
shouldn't there be like too many people? So like it's not a big deal to get a bunch of police officers as people.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
confusing.
what you're saying. Yeah,
I don't remember what I was saying.
but I think I don't know if that's what you're saying, but I think the robots speak to Dan's point that the violence was going to be sort of neutered.
Yep.
Because they could just kill robots like crazy,
Yeah.
like G.I. Joe or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right.
I remember what I was going to say, and that goes on to that. The final scene of the original, the like main bad guy gets his arm chopped off in an elevator, and that happens. But it's like in the first. Okay, there's like it's set up that Hauser puts like these bombs onto an elevator, and he has 15 minutes.
Right.
And when the 15 minutes start, I believe that's when the first robot gets his arm chopped off. Is that true? No, that's before that.
Yeah, that's when they're jumping on the
I
various
just watched
cubes.
this movie.
It's when they're
Just to
jumping
be
all over the
clear.
cube elevators is
Yes,
when the
you're
robot
right.
arm gets chopped off.
So that's like in the middle of the movie.
Yes.
Yeah,
But it's a robot arm and not a human
Yeah,
arm.
there's a lot of very graphically violent things that occur to a human shape, but it is just like sparks and a crunching sound. Whereas if this were the original movie tone, there would be explosions of blood every time. Every time anything happened to somebody, Like, even when people got shot in this movie, like in the original, like when people got shot, it was horrifying and visceral, and you would just watch squibs explode on their chest. In this movie, an entire room full of people get shot by a lot of bullets, and you just sort of watch them fall to the ground, and then it cuts to Colin Farrell looking scared and confused.
Yeah, I think there might be zero blood in this movie.
Yeah.
Not even like a...
there-
he wipes him off his face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there was a little bit of blood when he pulled the cell phone out of his hand.
Right.
Yeah, which was another dumb version.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the 90 version, he pulls that giant thing golf ball
and
out
you
of his
can, like,
nose.
watch his
and his
nostrils
weird-
stretch out.
He's got his weird rubber face, and
Yes.
it's so...
And he's doing his amazing Arnold Schwarzenegger acting.
Yeah, and this one he has to
Great.
cut a phone out of his hand. He just sort of like cuts his hand a little bit and then pulls the thing out.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if you really see it that much.
You don't even, and you get no sense that it even hurts him.
Yeah.
Like, he just kind of like...
It would be horrifying to do the thing
Yeah.
that he did. Like, it's all the way in his palm, and to pull that through all of your hand would
Right.
be, like, so painful.
But in
and
the
he's
movie-
like, "Nah."
Yeah, it
And he
was-
just, like, gives it to a kid. Like it's a baseball or
Yeah,
something.
like, that's what... And it's stuff like that where, like, even that even felt like the callback of, like, oh, remember the grotesque, like, cyberpunk element of the original movie? Here it is, but then they were just like, ew, and they just got it over with really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And the world looks a little more like...
Every movie.
Blade
Blade
Runner.
Runner.
I guess
Blade Runner.
the
And Minority
colony
Report.
kind of looks like Blade Runner, where it's like future
Yeah.
Asia.
Sometimes
And
it looks like
it's really dark.
Yeah.
the colony looked like Blade Runner, and the British Empire looked like Minority Report.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yes.
Just sort of rich future.
I feel like I saw some Bourne Identity, some Matrix,
Yeah.
some Clone Wars, and some 12 Monkeys as
Yes.
well.
Yes. All of those are true.
Yeah.
All of those
Definitely.
references are correct.
The last 20 minutes of the movie was Star Wars.
I think this movie might have been written by a robot.
It's true.
Ooh.
Oh.
Who just like they typed in sci-fi script and it would like just pulled
Yeah.
Total Recall and all other sci-fi movies.
Do you
Yeah.
think it was the same robots that wrote Freaky Friday?
Yeah,
This is their sci-fi film.
Yeah.
because the Recall place is like a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
And it's where the plot starts.
Yeah. And
Oh my god. Wait.
while Dan guessed that Cal Penn would be in this movie, John Cho is instead.
Indeed.
Both of Harold and Kumar fame. And he's pretty great actually.
Yeah.
I really
in
like him.
the, like 2 minutes he was in the movie, yeah.
Yeah,
He was
he's got a
good.
pretty small role, but he crushes it.
Yep.
He
Good
was
job.
killing
Agreed.
it with that bleach blonde hair
Yeah.
and goatee.
Yeah.
He looked like a major douche.
Yeah, he did.
The MVPs of this movie for me were John Cho's goatee and bleached hair, and before that, Murray the Barman, where at the beginning of the movie, when Colin Farrell is having his shit job, shit life, and he goes to have a beer with his working buddy, he says, like, oh, can you imagine we're coming in here having the same shitty bar, drinking the same shitty beer, and then he, like, looks to Murray the barman, who is not even that close to them, but he's just like, no offense, Murray, and the guy just goes, eh.
He knows it's a shit bar. He's in the colony.
Yes.
The women in this movie, we guessed a wide variety of actors.
And we got 50% of them correct.
Yeah, pretty
Some
good.
form.
That's right. Jessica Biel is in this movie.
Just like I said.
Beelzebub.
And Bilbold, Danland, and the Rebel Lady. You even guessed her part right. She was
Boom.
Rebel Lady.
Yep.
But Sharon Stone, I guess Secret Police Lady, was Kate Beckinsale.
Sale.
Sale.
Beckinsale? Sale?
I thought there was a D in there. Not
Beckinsale.
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 Oh.
Beckins.
I always say Dale, but I could be wrong.
Beckinsale?
I don't think it's. I don't think there's a D.
I don't
in
think
there.
there's a D either.
Beckinsale.
Beckinsale.
Beckon call.
What?
What?
Oh, you're making it.
Isn't that a saying?
Anyway, the
Yes.
wife, presumably at the time, no
Of-
longer, of Len Wiseman, the
Yes.
director.
Yes.
I don't know who got that part first.
Beal or Beckinsale? Or...
Len Wiseman or Kate Beckinsale.
Oh, like who got attached to the movie first?
Yeah.
Great question.
But they were both fine. Kate Beckinsale's hair looked great, as we
Amazing.
talked about through most of the movie.
Right.
Although down in her face, which is a terrible way if you're doing action.
Yeah.
But she's, I don't know, just that good.
Right.
But
I thought Jessica Biel was great.
I'd say she was fine.
Oh, I did not think she was
Really?
great. No, there was one scene in particular where I was like, I can't believe that they didn't do another take.
My real problem was that they looked too similar, and I got confused as to who was who a little bit. But also, like, I just didn't want to think that hard to be like, well, which one's which? Like, in the original, Sharon Stone's like a blonde lady with straight hair.
Right.
And the other one's got curly hair.
Right.
And that
It's
pretty
brown.
much describes the depth of character, too.
Yeah. I mean, they don't even have that different of personalities. They're both like...
They don't even get to talk to each other one time in this one.
Yeah.
Even while they're fighting each other.
No, nobody calls anyone a bitch to their face.
Right. Yes. Right. Thank you. Please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beelbold gets goaded into almost jumping on the hallway.
Yeah.
She almost gets to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no.
They even have intense eye contact with each other at one point later in the movie after the heroes are seemingly defeated and like they don't say a word to each other.
Yeah.
They just glare at each other quietly.
So weird.
So funny.
It's almost like they just intentionally made it impossible.
Yeah.
Oh, also, okay, here's the saddest and the most perplexing when we're talking about the blanding of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
There's a moment in the original where his drinking buddy comes to him and says, hey, you're having a paranoid delusion, and we are all in the room with you, and we just need you to... disengage or wake up or whatever.
I think in the original, it's the guy
Recall
who
doctor.
runs the recall
Oh,
place.
the recall
But it's the same
doctor.
idea.
Same idea.
yeah.
And it's
And
like
this-
the best scene in the movie. I think. Like the most interesting scene in the
Because
movie.
there's a moment where Arnold Schwarzenegger's character sees him sweating, and he realizes he's not a hologram, he's a real person, and that's how he acts. But in this one, it was a really long scene.
So long.
It was like the first, of the very long scenes.
And they didn't... I feel like it wasn't that hard of a scene to understand. Like they didn't...
Yeah.
You know? Like, I think that the point of that scene is relatively complex.
Yeah.
But they did it, right away. They got to it. I just don't know if they thought audiences are, really that dumb that
Right.
they need to spend, 10 minutes on it.
Well, but we all knew how it was going to go. We knew
Yeah.
he wasn't just going to wake up.
Right. And it was weird how, in the original, the whole tension of it is, maybe this doctor is lying. And then the sweat scene is, this moment of just, oh, he's, totally bluffing. And Schwarzenegger, calls his bluff and is and whatever. And then everything goes crazy. Whereas in this one, it doesn't even make sense. They're just holding guns at each other. And the guy, his friend is oh, shoot her. She's the manifestation of your hallucination. And then he's he even grabs her gun, points it at her, and then gives it back. And that somehow proves that it's a hallucination
he's
or something.
Would I have done that if
Yeah.
this was real?
And then she...
I don't know, you weirdo.
Right. And then she starts, she sheds a tear, which is, again, a weird almost callback. And for some reason, that propels him to be oh, this must be real because she's having a genuine reaction to this.
But that would happen even if
Anyways,
it was a
yeah.
false memory.
Ugh.
I think that is the most aggravating blanding, is taking away of the ambiguity of the first movie and presumably the story, even more so, of what is real, what's not, what's a memory. That's the whole point of the story.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Is what's perception and reality.
Yeah, it seems like the first one had a lot more you're I don't know what's real and what's not.
Yeah.
And this one I was oh, this is
Real?
real?
I
I
guess.
don't know. Because they didn't even make it weird at the end.
Mm-mm.
Wasn't it weird? On the first one there's kind of a Inception moment where this top is spinning. Is this in his mind or what's happening? And this one, it was they kiss and it's over. No, they don't even kiss. They tap their heads.
And keep touching each other's face.
For
Over
a
and
really
over,
long time.
The closest they got was there's they're embracing and he glances up and sees an ad for Recall and sort of furrows his brow slightly.
Yeah.
Hey, you.
Is this all? Oh, I don't care.
Yeah.
And then even before any of that stuff comes into play, they're already setting up, don't be confused, audiences. John Cho goes over oh, by the way, in case any of the memories you want to put in are actually real, then there's going to be an error. Oh, shit, there's an error. You lied to me. You are a secret agent.
Right.
It's just I just wrote dumb.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote, dumb.
It does say
my
that.
notes.
I
Just
can
the word,
confirm.
it's just a bullet point and the word dumb.
because that's I don't know. That's the core of the movie is
Yeah.
the ambiguity, and they from get-go were like, let's just take that off the table.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me hold your hand, dumbo audience.
Well, and it's so weird.
You've already seen this movie, so we're going to make it even easier to understand.
Yeah, it just felt so... It almost felt like halfway through making the movie, they were just like, well, I guess we called it Total Recall, so we just have to make it like the old movie. But it almost like they didn't want to or something.
Yeah, I wonder
don't
if
know.
it was just a generic sci-fi thriller, and they're like, oh, we need to brand it as a movie that already exists so people will see it.
Right.
I
don't know.
It's also too tied to the original.
Yeah.
I think if this had been like the only Total Recall movie to exist, and I hadn't read the book, which I still haven't, but now want to even more so,
Yeah.
I probably would have felt okay about it.
Sure.
I would have been like, oh, that was a fine sci-fi movie.
Sure.
But given the first movie, which is good, and this one, which is blandy.
Yeah.
It's a
Although
real
it's
bummer.
still better than Freaky Friday.
True.
Sure. No question.
There was some sweet parkour. There was some fun parkour.
There was so
Parkour
much
jumping.
Yes.
It's like jumping off of walls and stuff.
At one point, it was like, because we were saying, oh, it's like a video game. At a certain point, I was like, oh, it's Q*bert.
Ooh, kinda.
And it's just
Yeah.
like, A.
Yeah. Colin Farrell's signature move in this movie was to jump from one object to another object.
Yeah.
And when he got really stuck, he would jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, the elevator scene, which I halfway through I
Which
realized
elevator?
The, like, cubes?
Just which one?
there were lots of elevators moving in different directions, and they had to jump between them.
Yeah.
And halfway through, I realized I had no idea where they were.
Right?
Like they were just in a void with elevators moving around.
Yeah, it wasn't even
An
clear.
elevator boy.
Like, what kind of building needs those elevators?
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, here's the transportation center or
Yeah,
anything.
well,
I don't remember how they got there. I don't remember how they left.
and that was...
Wait, where were they?
Yes,
Exactly.
right?
building was
Exactly.
Who knows?
That
how
was
did
the
they
problem.
get there?
I mean, that was the problem with, like, the whole world they built is, like, none of it... Like, good... Anytime you do, like, a genre picture, like, good world building, you make things seem... Even if they're insane, you justify them somehow. Like, you in some way show on camera why they exist. And, like, Molly, you pointed out, like, why are all these cars... What is the point of these hover cars? And it was... there was no clear reason for it other than because it kind of looked cool, right?
Yeah, because they weren't self-driving.
And they even showed later that they were still cars with wheels.
Yeah.
That was really confusing.
Oh, man.
So weird.
They're on these maglev cars, but then they fall out of the car sky and then land on like quaint old-timey British cars.
Apparently. Which are still being used, though.
But yeah,
It wasn't like a museum. They didn't land in a museum or anything.
it
Yeah.
just didn't appear to like they just drove like regular cars
Yeah.
and took up the same amount of space as regular cars.
I guess you have your road and then your sky road,
Sure.
There were multiple sky roads.
Yeah.
but then you have to have two different cars depending on where you want to drive.
Right.
Then there was the sky road that you drive on top of.
Yeah.
And then there was the sky road that you drive under.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, that's efficient use of space to use
Totally.
both sides of the road.
But, like, there was nothing... The problem was we never actually saw where any of those roads led, so there was no justification for why those roads existed the way they do.
I assume to the elevator
The
building,
cube elevator? Yes.
which is on both sides of the road.
But I mean, that comes back to like the whole premise of like, even if most of the world were dead, is that really they were like the most efficient solution is to build a giant elevator that goes through the planet?
Well, I wonder if it's not safe to go around.
But why
must
would it be?
fine.
They walked around in gas masks fine. Wouldn't it be even safer to be in a plane?
Yeah, you know what's more safe is to go through the core of the earth.
Yeah.
But isn't there? So that is one interesting thing. Is there's the development of an underground train? Have you heard about this? Do you know about this? Yeah, it's a real thing. But it's a train, and the idea is to get rid of wind resistance.
Sure.
And that you could have an exceptionally fast train, for example, between Los Angeles and San Francisco or something.
Sure.
Although it begs the question, having recently seen San Andreas, whether you
Great
would
movie.
want to be,
Great movie.
you would want to be dynamiting a tunnel in that path.
So is it like a vacuum?
Yeah.
So like the Hyperloop, except underground. Isn't that what the Hyperloop is?
Oh, that is the Hyperloop.
Oh.
What is the Hyperloop?
I thought that was from
Which can be from anywhere.
Something to Chicago.
Hyperloop can be from anywhere. It was just a proposal. But I
Yeah.
thought the idea was like a vacuum. Right?
Yeah, and they have they got one to go for 15 seconds or something.
But I didn't know they
Test.
wanted to put it underground. I thought they wanted to just build it like up.
Oh, the YouTube video I saw
Oh.
was underground.
Well, it's open source, so maybe some people are like, let's build it underground. And
Yeah,
other
couldn't you
people...
just put it in a tube?
Yeah, you
I feel like
could.
Above
underground
ground?
seems like the safest way to do it.
To do a
Yeah.
tube?
Yeah.
I'm
Why?
not sure how excited I'd be about being 25 feet underground.
Because, well, just for how fast it's moving, it seems dangerous to have it above ground.
Well, but it'd be in a tube.
Oh. Well,
Right?
what if it escapes
Oh, it's like
the
it
tube?
loses out of the, like shoots out of the tube?
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, it's not going to shoot through the ground.
Sure, but then
I mean, maybe it will.
if it does shoot,
I don't know how trains
but if
work.
it shoots out of the tube, isn't that more dangerous to people inside? Because then it just like smashes into the ground at super high speed and just crushes the entire train car.
Oh, yeah. Whoever's in the train is dead either way. But
Well, not necessarily, because what if it's in the above ground tube and it flies out? You could put those crazy inflato cushions they put on the Mars rover when it landed.
Or you could be thrown to safety.
Sure.
Like why you shouldn't buckle your seatbelt or lock
What?
the door, because then you can be thrown to safety.
What?
The views of Dan do not necessarily reflect the views of this podcast. Click it or ticket.
I'm not sure that's how that works.
No, because then you get out of the car and
Right.
the car crashes, you're fine.
Yeah,
Tuck and roll, you're good.
Oh,
Right.
okay. But you need to be good at tuck and roll.
sure. Unless you're in a maglev car that you somehow turn the safety off by smashing through the dashboard and taking out a vaguely defined tube of light that then allows you to
thought it was a glow
disengage.
stick.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. Like that was like the safety tube
And
or
then
something.
he fell from the sky
Right.
to the ground. Fine.
Totally, because you put a seatbelt on.
Because he put the magnets
you're
came
right.
back on, even though the deceleration, which is what the force that'll kill you,
Yeah.
is just as hard. It doesn't matter that you don't actually hit the ground.
Right.
You still decelerate just as fast.
Well, and it
Physics.
was enough for the air, for the air to crush the old-timey car without the thing actually touching it.
I
Is
thought that was
that-
the magnet.
Wasn't that the
I
magnet?
thought it was the
Yeah.
repelling of the magnet.
The force.
Oh.
Wait, so did he have to for that to even work? Like, just assuming that we accept that, like, they wouldn't just like completely snap their bones from the deceleration. Did he plan on that only working because there was a metal car right where he knew he was going to land?
But it wouldn't. It wouldn't work because the metal is going to attract the magnet.
Right. Oh, so it just quickened the.
It would smash it more. Whereas the road is another magnet, which is why it pushes away. The reverse blade.
right.
We know they're magnets because his gun gets sucked
Oh,
away.
yeah, you're right.
As opposed to some other sort of science.
Right.
Like they established, like, this is a magnet car.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That actually makes zero sense.
Right. So it
because
actually
it
just.
hovers
Unless
and then
the car
crashes.
is a
briefly.
magnet. The other car was a magnet?
So all
Right.
the.
If the other car is the opposite polarity magnet,
Yeah.
then it
Ooh,
works.
Let me propose this. So everyone who still has wheeled cars on the lower level,
Yeah.
they install a magnet on the roof of the car for safety in case one of the above sky cars comes down.
It didn't work,
Well,
though.
but
It
that's
crushed
but
the
it's
car.
just like a lot of safety features in cars. Like they present them as like we solved it, but then when you actually test it, those fucking dummies get torn apart.
Yeah.
So those cars have low safety ratings. Is what I'm saying.
And that's why they're on the ground.
That's why they're on the ground.
Well, that movie totally makes sense.
Yes. So in conclusion, everything in the movie makes sense.
Okay.
We cracked the code.
The secretary, front desk attendant. What's the right word, Molly?
Administrative
Desk hooker?
assistant.
The administrative assistant
Oh, that was amazing. What a build-up.
does not change her nail color,
She does not. She has a
She
cool
does have-
glowing
she does have a
tattoo,
glowing
though.
She does have a glowing tattoo.
but it didn't change color.
No, it
I was waiting for
Me
it.
too.
For him to like walk away and then be like boop boop, and then it's like or even change design.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a bioluminescent kind of ink. Like
Yeah.
it would
Yeah.
change a little bit.
It was like shimmery.
yeah,
Right.
shimmery.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of pulsed.
Or bioluminescent.
Depending on where your vocabulary level is, listener.
Sure.
That is not high.
Bioluminescence is higher than
Yeah, that's
shimmery.
crazy high.
Is it?
Yeah.
I couldn't think of the word shimmery, though.
You think bioluminescent is a more simple word than shimmery?
I do.
Tweet at us. Hashtag which damn big vocab. That's a bad one. Losing my touch.
What?
How hard that word?
Oh, that's way better.
Yeah,
How hard
that's
that
good.
word. Either shimmery or bioluminescent.
Yeah.
And then which one's harder? I
Yeah.
guess since the hashtag doesn't apply
Right.
either way. Bryan Cranston is in this movie.
Phoning
just
it in.
barely.
Oh, man.
Who?
He's doing another movie while he's doing
Yeah,
this.
and so is Bill Nighy as, I guess, as Quato, but there's no goddamn tummy muppet.
No mutants at all.
There's not even a bland version of it.
No.
Like, you would think if there's
Wait, there
chemical
are no-
warfare,
there
they
are
could
no
be like mutants
except for
everywhere.
The three-boobed lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, why is there a three-boob lady?
This movie.
That's presumably plastic surgery.
Right.
Body modification.
So we're to understand that in the colonies, one woman was like, I want 3 breasts, but then everyone else was like, just give me the light up tattoo. I'm fine. I'll just take the light
There
up
might be
tattoo.
more
And they couldn't show any of them?
prostitutes.
Well, but they showed us all of the grittiness of the downtown where Total Recall was.
Right.
So I think that would have been all the places you would have seen cool stuff.
Yeah, the best we got was one of the rebels had like bright yellow dreads, which looked pretty cool.
It did look cool.
Yeah.
Well, we also know that one of the local colony residents was super impressed by the hand phone.
Oh, yeah.
So I just don't know that there was that much cool happening.
Yeah, I guess.
There were sex robots.
There were sex robots.
Oh.
There were.
Or at least ladies wearing
They-
weird,
yeah, they looked like robots.
light up suits or something.
I thought I saw some sex robots.
I don't know, because I feel like isn't the whole premise of the movie that Cranston's robots are like a new thing, and he's like justifying like he's using this whole thing to justify building more robots so he can have a robot army.
I don't know, but that's the other
A droid
blanding
army,
that
if you
really
will.
aggravated me. In the original movie, there's a whole thing about old ancient alien cultures and re-waterizing the world.
Yeah.
Water rights, forget about it, Jack. It's Mars.
Yeah.
And this one, there's just a robot army invading, and maybe they can turn them all off.
Maybe. Yeah. So in this movie, Bill Nighy and the Rebels, they know about the robot army already.
Yeah.
And they just want to find the secret code to turn off the robots, which are
Yes.
supposedly in Quaid's head.
Yes.
Which does not happen. No one says that. It's very disappointing. But then it turns out it was not that. It was a message from Bryan Cranston that says, "Hello, Bill Nighy, we found you, LOL."
Well, it's the same as the one before. It's the sort of the triple cross or whatever.
Yeah.
He gets his memory changed to be a rebel,
Right.
so that he can infiltrate them, so then he can get his memory changed back
Right.
once he's in without knowing that he's in.
Yeah.
And then he can expose
Right.
Quato.
Matthias.
Yeah,
In this
Matthias.
movie.
Or Matthias.
Played by Bill Nighy. What I was going to say is, who is phoning it in more, Bill Nighy or
Ooh,
Bryan Cranston?
I don't know.
Oh, Bill
Oh,
Nighy.
yeah, for sure.
But that's
I
because Bill
mean-
Nighy had that whole fucking end of Matrix 2 philosophy lesson with Colin Farrell for no reason. It's like, the past is what makes you me, or whatever. And he's like, but in your heart you find the blah, blah, blah.
Future.
blah.
Which is like a 5-minute philosophical
God,
setup
for
for the
no-
one line of, what do you say? I don't know who I was, but I know who I am, and then like
Right.
stabs Bryan Cranston.
Or whatever.
That's the whole reason for that, right? So we can
Yeah.
deliver that one
Cranston
liner.
even any of
Why?
those? Why
That's
is he
just-
there?
He would delegate.
Right?
That is outrageous.
Dude's a
that-
fucking hologram for most of the movie.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he's like, I am in person going to first of all show up at this meeting.
Right.
Well, in the original one, he is there. Remember?
But they're at his headquarters.
And then they show that video.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they bring him back to his
Yeah.
headquarters.
That's
So it makes
dumb.
sense that he
You're
would
right.
be there.
Yeah.
Right.
They just like meshed that part together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they justify it because he wears like a future bulletproof vest or something.
Yeah, he looks dumb.
He looked real dumb.
Some of the stuff looks really cool. His vest does not.
No, it just
No.
looked like a weird vest.
And it's not a good vest.
But apparently it holds like 8 knives in the back.
Oh, nice.
So many
Yeah.
knives.
Oh, and at a certain point, he's doing hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, that
with
didn't make any
Colin
sense.
Farrell's character, and you're like, "There's just no way. We
Like-
have no reason to believe
Ooh,
you."
maybe
would-
that's what the vest does. It gives you like kung fu vest.
Arms?
I don't know. But yeah, it was weird that they made Cranston actually look kind of older than he does normally, but then he's able to go mano-mano with mega ripped Colin Farrell.
who killed 20 people barehanded.
Right, and he's wearing
Well-
a tight tee at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tight tee.
Tight tees, wet bods.
Tight tees, wet bods.
Hashtag Point Break. Some other notes I took. There are no Jane Austen elements in this movie.
Well, I mean, hold on. There's,
Are
Well, there's a lot of breathing.
yes, there's some heavy breathing.
Excessive amounts of heavy breathing.
There's women getting in some way affected physically and having to convalesce in a nice looking residence and then feeling romantic feelings for a man.
That's true. There's some piano playing.
Sure.
I found it equally as boring.
Oh,
Jane
sick
Austen
burn.
burn.
Shots fired, Beth.
Damn.
Jesus.
Woo.
Just kidding. This is way more boring than Jane Austen.
Also, no hobbits in this.
No.
You know what scene? I think a lot of scenes were too long, but what could have been longer was the recall place.
Totally.
Where he's like designing they go super fast to the spy. Like, what do you want to be? You want to be an action guy? You want to have an affair? You want to be a spy? Yeah, a spy. Oh, you want to be a spy? Great, here it is. By the way, if you are a spy, this will have an error.
And don't forget, before he says that, he literally opens a cabinet and like pulls out a device that just says "secret agent" on it with like a syringe or
But
something.
that was true in the first one, too.
No, in the first one they're like typing away and building things on the TV
Yeah, they're
monitor.
like, what kind of body do you like on your woman?
Yeah.
Athletic?
Oh,
It's like
that was
slim,
offensive.
athletic,
Right.
or
what was it?
some other thing
Yeah.
that was a bummer.
Curvy.
Curvy, maybe.
Oh, yeah, it was. It was like sultry.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
one was a personality,
Yeah.
and the other two was body types.
But in this way,
Yeah.
the technology was better in the original.
Oh, right.
That's true. They
Because
could
it was just like weird light beams
Yeah.
in the original, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Speaking of light,
Oh my god.
so many scenes in this movie where it was just like light was in people's eyes.
Yeah.
And that was like what was happening in the
Yeah.
movie. Like the plot was like, oh, I can't see because there's too much light.
Right.
So they didn't have to film anything or like build a set. You could just fill the screen with like just light.
You know, now that you say that opening sequence
all the
that's
strobes?
supposed to be the dream, which has so much strobe light
much strobe.
happening.
So terrible.
I wonder if the director's thought was something like, I don't know, light represents nature,
Or
and
like-
it's rare, and everything else is the darkness, and you flip between the two of them. Or maybe he can't handle his own goodness because he's dark. I don't know.
Or maybe it was like lights mean maybe it's a dream.
or
something. But
Also-
he's not the only one that gets blinded by lights, though.
Yeah, because at the end, the lights turn on the top of the elevator because for some reason in the top of the
There's
elevator
like a death copter.
is a death copter.
Yeah.
And the death copter rises from the
Right.
center of the elevator and all the lights turn on and they get in Bryan Cranston's eyes.
Yeah.
I feel like it is supposed to be some sort of symbolism, but
Right.
I don't understand what it means
Yeah.
or why it's there.
I tried. I thought something would
You
happen.
clearly tried. I mean, that whole light dark thing, that seems
Yeah.
like a way more interesting movie.
Yeah, I agree with you. It was distressing.
Yeah, I feel like half of Colin Farrell's obstacles in this movie were either blinding light or something he had to jump over,
Yeah, it was a video game.
I guess.
It was like, oh no, the room is dark. No,
Jump.
that never happened. No, there was a dark room when he's fighting his wife.
In their apartment?
Yes.
what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he turns the lights
he turns
off.
the lights off.
Oh, right.
That
But
fight
it never
scene's kinda
gets
cool,
really
too.
dark.
Yeah, parts of that fight were cool.
Yeah.
She like slides under a table and then is like on top of him.
Oh,
punching him
yeah.
in the face.
She like slid off of the upper part of the apartment, landed on the mattress, and started wailing on him.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. There were a couple parts where he's like, okay, and then there was 20 minutes of
Yeah.
bland.
Oh man, there was 20 minutes of the finale elevator business.
Yeah.
What? Just like where were they?
We were
Like,
very
So confused.
physically,
So
where were
confusing.
they?
Yeah.
Where anybody was.
I've never considered myself to be particularly particular about this thing, but this was so disorienting. Like
Mm-hmm.
I, honest to God, could not figure out because they'd only ever shown us the inside of being a commuter,
Like one room.
one room.
Yeah.
And in this case, all of the Clone Wars droids
Yeah.
were politely sitting in human seats with like human seatbelts on, which
Right.
made no sense to me. Like, you
Well-
would just, but anyway, the point is, but there was stuff exterior to that we had never seen before
Yeah.
that looked like it was literally from a different movie, and there was running
Something
and
funny.
explosives, and it. But I mean, I feel like an old senile lady, like who is like trying to describe a dream.
Yeah.
Well, I actually wondered about that. Do you think it's on purpose because it's supposed to be kind of like, is it a dream or is it not? Like,
I
it's
don't
just
know,
kind of
man.
like if you were to dream,
Sure.
you would be in a location and you wouldn't know how you got there. You'd just be there.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
So
know the layout
you'd be
of
like,
it.
oh, I'm in an elevator queue. Like,
I feel like that's
So-
giving them too much credit.
you're right.
But maybe, I don't know.
But
No,
no,
it
it was a physical structure that they built in this world.
And but we had no
That made
sense
no
of it. Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because it was like a bunch of people just walking around the elevator, but normally they have to be like strapped in because they get to the center of the earth and then there's no gravity.
Right.
Oh, right.
So,
But
everybody else can walk around the elevator?
well, and that's like to your point. It's like all we'd seen earlier from the movie. As far as we knew from the earlier part of the movie, the elevator was just a bunch of like theme park ride chairs that
Yeah.
people sat in
Yeah.
until the elevator stopped. But then there was this whole far too long and repetitive sequence of like the robots like marching through what looked like a nice office building, but apparently was like the transit way inside the elevator. We found out like half an hour later.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
so
It
confusing.
was really confusing. We didn't know where anybody was.
No, I
Or
think
why they were going. I still don't really get why they were topside was invading the colony.
because they needed more space. That's the justification they got.
So they were going to kill everybody and then
Yes.
build condos?
Yes.
Yeah.
They were going to kill everybody with the robots, and then I guess,
Where are the robots going to
right,
live?
I guess just dump them into the ocean. Everybody walk into the ocean.
They can go into the no zone.
Oh, yeah. They
And
can go
that's,
in.
that was sort of
that's
what
a
they
good point.
implied at the end, is everybody just go to the no zone,
Okay,
where I guess they would breathe bad air and die eventually.
right.
But they were clearing out the good space.
So they were literally just going to push them into the
Push-
no zone? The robots were just going to push them
extreme
into
gentrification.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
Beth bet there would be a cave shot.
Oh, yeah, was there a cave?
No.
No.
There were no ancient aliens, therefore no cave.
Yeah.
Do you consider the giant hole bored into the planet a cave?
Like a long,
Like a really
double-ended
horizontal-
cave.
It wasn't like the same sort of like, I pictured like the aliens like retreating to a cave
Sure.
and then it showed them like living in the cave
Yeah.
and then it was like, and we haven't seen them since, and then
Right.
it goes to the present time.
Yeah. Maybe
But,
in the
like-
director's cut.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. You guys, we didn't even see the director's cut.
Sure, we watched the standard release.
What Len Wiseman
I wonder how much
did.
longer the director's cut is.
Oh,
Maybe
probably
it's
like
shorter.
10
Oh,
hours.
that'd be amazing.
What if it is just the first Total Recall? It's like, this is the one I wanted to make.
Yeah. It's just Colin Farrell doing the old movie.
Oh,
I'm Colin Farrell.
Quaid.
quick update, Dan Jaquette just checked up off dumb on his...
Like, yes, we've clarified
We have
that
covered
it was.
this.
We addressed that part.
Oh, man.
I have one note that says his self convo is not charming. Oh, I remember what that was.
Oh, the hologram Quaid, right?
Yeah, when he's talking to himself. In
Yeah.
the first one, it was like a conversation, sort of, like he had pre-recorded, like anticipating what his questions would be.
Yeah.
And then answered them. And
Yeah.
in this one, it was like an AI.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Yeah.
It was like interactive. You could ask it questions, and then it was, I don't know, it was like a flash game
Yeah.
where you could click on a different thing, it would answer your question.
Right.
But so he spent time just like thousands of hours in the recording booth recording different answers?
Like, what if I asked this question?
Green. 7.
I don't know.
Tacos.
And in the
Jamaica.
first one, it was like kind of funny. Maybe just because Arnold's a goofball.
Yeah, he's like, I know what you're going to say. I'm like,
Yeah, and he's got like a towel wrapped around his head and
Yeah.
he pulls a golf ball at his nose, and
Yeah.
it's awesome. And I don't know, it's just
Yeah, this
boring.
one, it is. Like, in this one, it's just like, oh, I'll just take a black piano key, the most nondescript inanimate object on the planet, and
it's
take
the
it out,
key.
and then apparently replace it with another black
How
thing.
excited was I, though,
Yeah.
to figure that out?
Yeah, you
that was
figured
great.
it out like at least 5 minutes before he did, which was really... He's supposed to be a secret agent.
Or whatever.
Yeah. But they did foreshadow that piano when he was
Yes.
in the
Oh.
shit bar. He was
Yeah.
like, don't you ever want to play piano?
Yeah,
And then
his
he did
buddies.
later.
Yep.
Yep.
There was a couple deep foreshadowings.
And I have to say, though, Colin Farrell being charmed by his own ability to play the piano
Yeah.
was sort of adorable.
That was a nice touch.
That was a nice moment.
There was a nice touch. There were a couple of brief, nice touches throughout this movie.
Yeah.
What just got checked off, Dan?
Self-combo dash not charming.
Oh boy.
This movie.
Yeah.
Still kind of fun, though.
I'm surprised how nostalgic it made me for the original Total Recall, which honestly, I didn't think I liked very much. I'll have to go back and look.
I know. I kind of thought the same thing. I was like, I kind of want to give an extra star to the original because there were elements in it that are kind of fun.
What could have?
Yeah,
been.
it could have been the worst movie.
Oh man.
But
Yeah. This is maybe this could have been worse.
It could have been worse, but it is definitely one of the this is probably one of the best examples I've actually seen to point to of why you shouldn't remake everything.
Yeah.
For the sake of remaking it.
Yeah.
How about that Point Break remake, though? Ooh.
I didn't watch it.
I haven't seen it either.
Yeah.
Curious.
Me too.
Maybe for our 3rd year anniversary.
I was thinking that we should sell it wholesale or whatever it's called.
We will remember.
We will remember
for
you
wholesale.
for you wholesale.
What are we talking about?
The book that this is based off of, Total Recall, is
Try
based
to
on.
predict what's in based off of the 2 movies that we've seen, based off the book, and then we pause the recording.
Oh, and then read the book.
Read the book.
Okay.
And then come back and talk about how wrong we were.
I bet it's not that long. We could do it.
Yeah, his
Okay.
book's usually
Oh,
somewhat short.
Okay,
But hates reading, though.
Oh, right.
I do. We can listen to the audiobook
All right.
Just all sit around the table together.
and I'll knit,
Eat pizza.
have a fire going.
Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
That sounds great. We'll do that for our 3rd year anniversary.
Okay, perfect.
Ratings-wise, before we get to them, we often like to read a review of our own podcast by one of our fans in an accent from the movie or Nick Cage, or, as one listener did, you can suggest not an accent, an impression, we'll say. And someone did request one from me to do something in a 20s or 30s stereotypical gangster.
Sure. That'd be fun.
Which I would love to do.
Sounds super fun.
But there are no new reviews, even though the Twitter user who suggested that impression said they would write one.
Oh, call out. Call out. On-air call out.
I guess no one likes the podcast anymore, and this is the end. Our sponsorship was pulled.
Yep. We made it 2 years. Hey.
It was a good run. So unless there's another Total Recall movie remade in the next year, podcast over.
Oh.
But in addition to leaving those reviews, we do have an email address. If you ever want to write us an email,
Sure.
we might read that on air.
Yeah.
If it's, as long as it's not too sultry or anything.
Right.
And our email address is totesrecallpodcast@gmail.com. It's also the address that our newsletter comes from,
Oh.
which you subscribe to by going to totesrecall.com, scrolling down, clicking on a thing, figuring it out.
Yep.
Yeah. You know how the internet works.
Yeah.
Molly, did you want to pitch the newsletter more? You looked excited.
Oh, I love the newsletter, and I feel like other people would love it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to tell everyone about this newsletter because I feel like a lot of people get newsletters and it's like 5 things you should read this week or whatever. It's not lame like that.
Yeah.
It's like we don't have time to record more than 1 podcast a month,
Correct.
but we want to get you guys more content and stuff to read and things that we think and
Also,
articles we find are interesting.
I find that I have regrets approximately 5 minutes after the podcast is over, and I think about them for the 3 weeks until we write the newsletter.
Yeah.
So we usually have a pretty robust Totes Regrets section.
Indeed.
And links to, stuff to waste your time
Yeah.
during the day.
What the internet's for.
Yeah.
So thank you. Thanks, Beth. That means a lot. You guys, I feel like once again the newsletter's on the brink of being discontinued.
Well, it's tough when the funds dry up.
Yep. And when the Twitter followers stop engaging, you just think, what's the point?
We're turning into NPR.
We do have totes.
Where every month it's just going to be a drive.
Yep. We'll get back to us talking about the movie we just watched in a second. Oh, boy.
Anyway,
Well, yeah. How many VHS tapes?
real bad VH copies of the original.
Yep.
Dan, you predicted 1.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just so boring. Like, it was just such a bland it was so, like, I love sci-fi when it's done well because it's super cool because you can do literally whatever you want. And sometimes a lot of people are cowards and they're just like, everything's gray. And this guy will just run through cubes and talk in a quiet tone and look confused. And there's some guns. The end. And that's what this movie was. I will give it a partially unspooled second VHS tape for someone actually doing their homework and doing the cool propel yourself through zero G by firing a gun thing. Because I thought that was actually very clever. And also, Bokeem Woodbine is in this movie, and he's awesome, and I always appreciate him getting work. So, coupon for a free rental of a VHS of the original Total Recall as well, which I think is the equivalent of 1.5 stars.
All right. Mm-hmm. Beth, you gave it 2. I can't read my notes. One of them says action, one says cool.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
There was action.
Sure.
It was not necessarily cool. I mean, nothing that I had not seen before. Yeah, I'm gonna just go right for the rating of 1 VHS tape. I also was gonna unspool it, but Dan took that already. So.
I'm sorry.
You're allowed.
Yeah.
What are other things that can happen to be?
You could not rewind.
You could
Oh,
put it near a magnet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Put it near a car magnet.
A car magnet. It's just crushed under the pressure of a car.
Yeah.
Or you could record something else over it.
Yeah.
Old episodes of the Gummy Bears.
Or like some baseball game you don't care about.
Mm-hmm. Any of them. Yeah, it was just all the fun was taken out of the original. It was bad.
I give it 3. That's probably too high. Yeah, it was. Yeah, just a bummer. There were some parts that I thought were legit cool that I was like, oh, that was fun and cool. It looked. Oh, I think I said it'll look like a cool sci-fi movie, and that's all I need. And it turns out I need more than that. I need to not be reminded that there's a different movie that's this movie but better.
Yeah, right.
So that's a bummer. Like I said, I think if this was the only Total Recall movie, I'd be like, oh, that was fine. That was fun. It was all right. I enjoyed it. You watch it if you want. But because it's just a bland version, I don't know. You get 2.
Okay.
You get 2. But they're in, like, generic sleeves.
Yeah.
Or they're like Hollywood video versions that you bought used for like $2.
Right. So it's like it's not a full label. It's just like black with like that little typeface on it that says the title of the movie.
Yeah.
But it's like faded.
Yeah.
Right.
Like can't really read what it says
And
anymore.
like maybe someone spilled soda on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I give it. Molly, you predicted 2 because you wanted room to go down.
Sitting here, I'm thinking it was not a great movie, or I would say even a particularly good one, but it was so much better than Freaky Friday. And I was thinking about how when watching Freaky Friday and parts of, let's say, Tokyo Drift or all of Twister, I just threw things at the TV. I was so frustrated, and I didn't throw anything once.
That's true.
So I felt like, well, 1 and 0 and -1 have to mean something.
Yeah.
So in that case, this has to be like a 2, but it's a 2 of a video rental of Top Gun where someone has rewound the volleyball scene over and over again, and it's you know what I'm talking about?
All staticky?
All staticky.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, all right. 1 Top Gun and 1 what was the one with Harrison Ford?
What?
Frisco Kid?
No, it was old. It was
Last Picture Show.
The
No,
Fugitive?
he's not in that.
No,
American Graffiti?
That's Jeff Bridges.
What are you talking about? Give us
The
something.
Indiana
You gotta
Jones
give us
movie?
something.
He's been in a lot of movies.
Yeah, he's had quite a career.
Star Wars?
No.
You know who would have been great in this movie? Harrison Ford.
Witness.
Witness! Yes!
Oh.
Yes! Oh, that's perfect.
cool.
Witness. Thank
Hey.
you. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Oh, well, all
No,
right.
I mean, just for me. everyone.
Yeah.
I'm just sad about this movie.
No.
I am. This movie is like, it's like if you, okay, it's like the original movie. It's like one of those freezy pops, you get as a kid that your mom just like grabs out of the freezer and is just like strawberry, whatever.
Yeah,
It's just,
they make the back of your throat itchy.
right. So like that's like
What?
the
Yes.
where it's just like sugar
What?
syrup in icy,
They make
like
the
a
back of
tube
your
of
throat
ice.
itchy.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
No, I know it like an Otter Pop.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I'm reacting to that they make the back of your throat itchy. You
Maybe.
can't just throw it out.
Yeah, no, they do.
Maybe you had an
Not
allergic
for me.
reaction.
Maybe you're
Yeah, are you
allergic.
allergic to stuff?
Maybe.
Maybe like the artificial coloring or something.
Maybe. Anyway, sorry.
No,
Go
this
ahead.
is better. This is
No,
much more
it's
interesting.
not.
Let's
No,
talk
I
about
always
your.
thought everybody had that experience.
No.
I don't think so.
Because you suck on it and then your throat gets itchy.
No.
No.
What brand did you have?
Well, we had like whatever was
Is
it?
it just frozen Coke? All this? Yeah.
No, it came in the things, and you tore. Part of the joy was tearing them apart.
Yeah.
And even as bad as it always made me feel, I would eat them anyway.
Right.
Because they were sugary and everybody else was
Did
eating
you
them. It
not
was
take them
fun.
out of the wrapper?
No,
Were
I,
you eating
I
plastic?
definitely took them out of the wrapper.
Okay, this still actually works for my analogy because
Okay.
like the Freezy Pops are like the original Total Recall, where like even if like parts of it made you uncomfortable and there's like higher quality product out there, you're still having a good time.
Yeah.
There's still some fun to it, but then how like sometimes with some of them you can sort of like suck the flavor and coloring out of it, and it just becomes this like stick of
Yes.
white ice.
Yep.
That's what the remake is.
Yep.
Where they're like it's still kind of the same shape, and you know what it's supposed to be,
Yeah.
but it's
It
just
tastes a little bit like it still.
right. But it's
Yeah.
basically just neutral water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's not bad. It's still ice on a hot day.
right.
But it's...
You'll take it, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than some other options.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Wow.
That's a good metaphor.
Thanks.
And then I would say Freaky Friday is a mostly melted SpongeBob on a stick
So what's a SpongeBob?
that's been rolled in dirt.
Like an actual sponge?
No, you guys, you can now get like SpongeBob on a stick, like a popsicle,
Like shaped
SpongeBob's
like SpongeBob.
shaped like SpongeBob.
Oh, okay.
But the tragedy of it is that it melts so fast and gets disgusting. Like, have you seen these in the hands of a child?
No.
No.
Oh, it's
I don't
rough.
spend a lot of time around children.
Well, it is rough. It is like the nastiest. It just looks like a snot ball
Yeah.
melting in the sun over
Yeah.
the hands, small sticky hands of a child.
Okay. So Freaky Friday
Freaky
is
Friday is that rolled in dirt. It's fallen on the ground
Yeah.
and stepped on.
Yeah.
But how do you really feel?
We can watch the previous version of the Freaky Friday movie
Yeah.
for our next anniversary.
Yeah.
Which I think
That's
none of us have
great.
seen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
That's
yeah.
a great
yeah.
idea.
Maybe that'll be the sugar water that hurts your throat versus...
Yeah, you're adding the flavor back in.
Right.
Oh.
And we'll see that now as an adult, maybe it's still kind of gross and you don't really like it anymore. Because that's certainly how I would feel about those Freezy Pop things now. I
Yeah,
think.
they're too sweet. I would rather just have some ice, actually.
Yeah, I probably would too. Oh, buddy.
It's falling apart.
Thank you for listening to Totes Recall. New episodes drop on the 15th of every month. You can find us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Totes Recall Pod. Subscribe on iTunes and leave a review. It helps more people find the show. Totes Recall is hosted by Molly Chase, Beth Gibbs, Dan Jaquette, and Dan Linden. Produced by Beth Gibbs. For more information, check out noisepicnic.com/totesrecall.